Alright, comparisons between Big Tex and Sure-Trac. We have similar jacks. Big Tex has a beefier frame as far as the I-frame. This has a tubular construction. I like the box of Big Tex. One, it just seems cleaner. It has gravity down too, so when you push the button, it allows gravity to come down instead of just power up, power down. But it does have power down, which is nice for loading equipment. It keeps the back of the trailer down. What I don't like is you already see rust starting to form. You can see it down there too. And then where the scissor hoist is mounted, you see big gaps there. And so it doesn't have a lot of support there. Now they both have welding, not fully, just like a piece, like a, what do you call it? Patching, I guess. If you look over here, that's much bigger. So welding's stronger. It appears to be stronger on the Sure-Trac. They're about the same height, it appears. This one faces forward on the scissor, whereas the Sure-Trac faces backward, but they're approximately at the same placement as far as forward of the axle. So that means it's kind of similar lifting power for the size of the cylinder. This cylinder seems to be bigger though. It seems like you probably have a little bigger pushing power. That might be my perception though. Same slipper track axles. If you look under here, what I don't like about this is this actually hits, like see how this is back like this? Now if that comes down, it's gonna crush. Whereas this one here, it's about the same. It doesn't go up rather. So it can't actually crush it. But that's, for rental, that's not gonna be the best. So I have to have something that we put to keep it from going all the way up. A little dirtier, a little smaller. But now this is what I really like about the Sure-Trac versus the Big Tex. If I could open this up again, I can't lift it up. So if I do, it'll get pushed. So you really have to use both hands now to do this, because you have to hold this up because it doesn't stay up while you drop this down. Oh, and you don't want to get your head beat by that thing. That is crazy sketchy. I hit my head on it earlier. And then let's drop this one down. You know, honestly, I do like the box of the Sure-Trac. I like the welds of the Sure-Trac. I like a lot more things about the Sure-Trac over the Big Tex. And here's some of the areas that I like. I like the bed. The bed I really like. Actually, this is a little bit taller than this guy here, but interesting. The bed's the same height. It's just a taller bed, I guess. What I like is the plating. It's fully welded all the way across the edges here. And I like the D-rings on the side. I'm not really a fan of this stuff here. What's it called? Netting. This, it has it down here, which is kind of nice. It's out of the way. So you can lift this up to cover your loads. What I do like about this here, see, this just isn't, it's welded, spot welded, and this is just silicone. And see, this one has one solid piece of metal, but it's tacked. That's what I was looking for. They're tacked. You can see the paint's just like bad paint job. This has a lip here versus this is boxed in. Boxed in is stronger. I like the look of this, how it kind of comes out and back and down. And then when we come in here, it just looks stronger, right? Now, I'll come with my favorite part and my least favorite part, respectively. So the net would come back and hook to this. This has, I'd have to do something custom with the net. What I don't like about the Big Tex, when you open it up, right? If it's here, that's great. Shut it, that works. But now if I get both these open, you can't put them together. If you go to put them together and then shut it, you get this thing happening. It just pinches it. So you just kind of have to work it. And that's, I guess, after I do it a little bit, that's not that big of a deal. Whereas this one, what I really like about this guy here is when you open it, first of all, it doesn't have any catch up top. And what I really like is that it's enclosed. So grit and dirt don't go in there. It just feels stronger, feels better, looks beefier. But when it comes down to it, this is gonna end up getting beat over time and bent. So in reality, probably a better design. Well, little things that I like is like, look how beefy this bolt is. Look how tiny this pin is. They both have spreader capability. Oh, you know what this has? I think this has an ability. Yeah, that's cool. So this is a 3-way gate, I think. So if this is connected like it is, I believe you could take these pins out and it'll pivot on this pin here, I think. Pretty sure, in fact. That's cool. This has a drop-down plate for if you're loading equipment, whereas this one doesn't. So you want to drop those down when you load equipment so it doesn't lift the back of the truck up. You get all the weight in the back here. And it's better for the trailer. I do like that the lights are up there, although I don't like the way that looks, but you don't get the lights smushed in the bottom here when you go to dump, because when you dump, this comes down to the ground, whereas these are going to get destroyed. I like the way those slide in with that pin, and it's just exposed, it's easy to grab, whereas these, actually those are too. Those are too. Well, here's a question. Is this actually the ramp? If it is, it's cool. Oh, it is. That is the ramp. That is cool. Okay, never mind. I like this better. That's funny. I'm actually talking myself into the Big Tex, which is unfortunate because this is $1,000 more, and I like it less. I like this just because like the paint quality is better. Everything just seems better. I think this is actually powder coated. It's not painted. This is gonna be prettier longer. I like how this hook comes to here for what's supposed to rotate to hold the gate. And these guys open. You're just gonna have to use this chain, which is okay. That's a good way to do it too. And clip it on that clip there. All in all, I like this one, but I think the build quality just seems to be better. I like there's a step here, right, where there's not a step here. There's a step up front too, where there's not one on the Sure-Trac. Dang, man, I think I'm actually liking the Big Tex better. Well, that's unfortunate because I really wanted to like the Sure-Trac, but I think I truly and honestly like the Big Tex better. Even the plate for the jack, a little piece here. There's this big old beam construction. Yeah, you know, I hate to say it, but I think my money's on this Big Tex over the Sure-Trac. Well, that is interesting and not at all what I was expecting to find, but that is what I found, and what I got to go with. Hope that's helpful.